if Putin wants to end the war. Says we will find out soon. Trump says we'll respond differently if Putin is playing us. It'll take about a week to find out. Trump says, and we're dealing with Russia very strongly. We'll find out soon if Putin is tapping us along or not.
Check, check, check. All right. I think we're good here. All right, something up with the chat window here. Oh, it's not wanting to let me. That's right, that's right. Fuck. Oh man, this is a problem. Okay, let's see. Are we live? Yeah, looks like I am live. Oh shit! Here, let's see. Why can't I view that? Yeah, looks like I am live. You guys, there's something up with the. There we go. Why can't I view that? Hey guys, can I get a quick check? Something's up with the. I use this product called Restream. Sends it to multiple spots. Something up with the chat. It's not going. So I'm over here on YouTube. Yep, we're good. We're good. Something up with the cash by close. Yo, cash by close. That's a good handle. All right, hey guys, can I get a quick check? Oh wait. I gotta mute this. I use this product called There we go. The lag. All right. For some reason I can't get. I don't know why. Yeah, okay. Thanks, Depeche. Okay, guys. Oh fuck. Hang on a second. It's weird that I can't get that. Let's get you out of there. Okay. So now that has to go. Oh fuck. How am I gonna do this? I guess I'll put this up here, so I can see your chat. Benefits. I have a lot of monitors. Okay, right. So first out, let's see. Yep. Okay, so I've got this is. Geez, I had to pull some teeth today. Right, we barely got our numbers. For the stream to go ahead, I've got one also from X. We'll get to that as well. But these guys rally as they always do. It's in the last 10 minutes they rally and give me enough for the stream. Okay, so first up, this is from one of my team. This is from Sensei Wonka. This is the bad news bears. Oh, thanks, Wonks. Buzzkill. No, I say that in jest. This is the count that would suggest that we've topped, right? So if that's the case, are we in log scale here? Well, what would your first thought be? Oh, well, we're going to do a 50% to 65. Well, we can't eliminate this possibility. I mean, it was perfectly valid. Now, what makes this count interesting is this right there. Shit that doesn't happen randomly, right? Again, you read it in a book, you see countless examples online, YouTube. So the prior resistance becomes support. That it happens, you make the same case down here. Prior resistance becomes support, and then it happens, and you're like, oh shit, I don't know. It's maybe one of the most common things you'll see in the market. But that's I think what he should do here, he's providing content for us, right? The alternate, right? So it's just a question of, right, where's the one, right? So for the more bullish counts, we're putting the one down here, right? This is certainly valid. That we go 1, 2, 3, 4. I think to some degree there's as a pure technician, this is a perfectly valid count. Then we have to factor in some of the larger background macro pictures. Okay, right. So as we've talked about many times, right? There's nobody here trades Bitcoin. He doesn't. Okay, we've got crypto-friendly administration. We've got legislation clarity. So it's developing. It's coming. Institutions are in. ETFs are happening. Billions of dollars going into the Bitcoin ETFs. MicroStrategy, it's fucking going to rule the world, right? I mean, there's so much bullish macro background here. So what's the last variable that could really kick this, right? So we've already got devaluation of the dollar. That continues to, I mean, what have we lost? 99.9% of its value over the last 100 years. So that's going to continue, right? As we add to, love it, hate it. This bill is going to get through. We're going to have a new budget. We're going to have 2, 3, 4, 5. It's all bullshit at the end of the day, right? There's going to be trillions of dollars added to the deficit, more currency devaluation. Where do you go? Where do you go, given that background? Gold, Bitcoin. You're not making a lot of money in real estate right now. what has to happen, right? What's the next leg that sends this further, right? Well, potentially, right? Rates coming down would free up capital. There's things going on in the background, right? This administration is doing everything they possibly can to create a scenario where the Fed can lower rates, but if they can't get that done, they're going to do it internally so that banks are freed up to lend more aggressively, right? Which perhaps will be a positive. Certainly, it's potentially a positive to Bitcoin. So, obviously the alternative here is that this is a 1. And we're about to do this. Now, we don't, I have to say this every day, every week, every video I've ever done, right? Market is not obligated to do anything, right? So we look at it and say, well, okay, we can expect a 50% retracement. No. We can hypothesize, right, based on, again, I say this every week, 7 years of precedent. What do they usually do? Well, if it's going to be a 1-2, we can hypothesize that. But if the market's not obligated to do that, market can, make a 5% retracement here and keep going higher. It always comes back to, well, what do they usually do after big impulse? What do they usually do? Not what do we know? What do they usually do? I didn't make the 50 here, right? Doesn't have to do anything. It's going to do what it's going to do, right? We people, right? We determine the value, right? This tends to be how people tend to respond emotionally, right? It's all Elliott Wave is. It's all it's ever been, right? Fear and greed. Pretty good amount of greed in the market right now. Retrace, right? But I've always, I kind of made a huge point of this last week, right? Where's the liquidity? If they want to go higher, right? You just think of okay, you're out on a trek across. Pick your topography. You're on a long trek, right? You're going to need some liquid along the way. Where are you going to get it? You're not getting it up above. There's no liquidity up here. Only below. So you look at it and say, well, this thing's not coming down, man. They're buying it hand over fist, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, yes, they are. But there's no liquidity up here, right? So sooner or later, they're going to run dry. And where are they going to get it? They're going to have to come get it below. Right? So that's why you can reasonably anticipate, right? There's going to be some pullback here to try and get some liquidity, right? Because it's not up here. It's only down here. Right? Anything that was here already that's grabbed, right? It was up here. Got that. Where to next, right? What do I got? A 24-hour here? Oh, I like the blue-white. Well, you could look right here. I mean, just reasonable spot, right? There's some down before the up, right? Bullish order flow, right? It's possibly some liquidity down here. Certainly possible, right? We got fair value gaps here. But you guys know I like this one because, there's a couple of good. This Lux Algo is good. It's just, it's too intense, right? There's too many colors, right? If you look at it, it's like, oh, fuck. Okay, it's everywhere. So I like the other one, but, same idea, right? Okay, well, here I've got inverse fair value gap. I've got all of this, and then I've got just fib tendencies, right? It's just tendencies. Does all that line up? Okay, how about what else can we do here, right? Just, again, to help you. Well, let's put a volume profile on that. Right. You almost don't need it, right? You can see where the high volume mode. Look, where do we pause, right? That's all the high volume nodes. So if we're going to do a traditional, right, retrace here to come grab some liquidity, well, you got a bunch of it here, you got a bunch of it here. That would be. Now, the bummer of that, right, is that, if you're long, if you're long with leverage, that's not what you want to see happening, right? If you're long with leverage, you're like, oh God, okay, well, just keep going higher. Oh, maybe that's enough. There's a retrace. Maybe it can keep going. Well, don't be surprised if it comes down here. That's the trade-off, especially with Bitcoin, right? You're trading with leverage. You can't, likely you can't sustain that kind of drawdown, right? Or it certainly would be uncomfortable. So now it's a little bit of hurry up and wait. Again, I'm never saying that we couldn't be $10,000, at 120, by the end of the week. Right? There's no knowing. There's just precedent. We have a lot of it. And then just logically, could we do a shallow retracement and go, yeah, there's liquidity here, liquidity here, liquidity. It's a bummer, right? Because we all wanted to go. It's just intuitive, just human nature. Oh, go higher. Come on, man. Keep going. As a trader, right, you got to be patient. Right. Now, are we going to get that entry? Well, who knows? But you can certainly logically understand it. Right? So the downside here to this count here is, as I just said, if we're doing a deeper retracement, and we're going to go much lower. I think it's the only way I would lock in on that count. We're going to have to sweep that low. So if we get below 74, okay, well, wrong. Right. That's when we disqualify the count. We can't have a 1, 2. This, that's a, as I would say, back the truck up moment. You know, if golden zone 88 below 90, God, that would shock me, but I'd buy even more. Okay, all right. So there's the things to think about, right? I think you got to, with Bitcoin, right? You want to look long term, right? So those, if you're day trading, you're down, digging down here doing the short term stuff. Good luck with that, right? I don't think that's there are plenty of assets where that's appropriate. I don't think that's the best way to approach Bitcoin. Now, many of you might disagree, right? I know lots of people have made gazillions of dollars day trading Bitcoin. It's just not what we teach, right? It's a different animal. Okay, so there you go. There's 2 looks at it. Thanks for that, Wonks. Next up, I got Mr. Bitcoin, right? So he's giving us, so I think this is one he's been trading. This is, I think he's posted this a couple of times. Virtual protocol to tether. Let's get this on here. And let's see. Virtual protocol. Let me copy that. Oh, this is nice. So what do we got here? Oh, so we've got Vegas Wave with a 200. Oh, nice. Okay, so, oh God, is that sweet, right? Boy, is he doing, is it? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, it is. It's Vegas Wave, right? Plus, so he's got a 200 in there with the 233. Well, is that good support? Resistance? You tell me. Now, one thing you've seen me do is just use the God MA, which is kind of an approximation of this. It would probably be right in the middle of it. Pretty good. Do you have one that's better? I bet you don't. Look at this on the way up, right? Whoa. Vegas Wave, right? It's very powerful. Okay, what are we doing here? Are we doing a 2? Wow, I see this would be a bit unusual. We're going to do a running flow. Can we get a flat in there? Mr. Bitcoin, well, let's take a look here. So obviously we're in log scale. That would be remarkably shallow for a 2. But you see, so he's doing this. He's got it from this swing low to this swing high. We're coming down here. We get golden zone, right? So it looks like we've already got some of that. I'm assuming that's what he's doing. Let's just make sure everything's good here. We good? Yeah, okay. This things I cannot make up. I feel like I have to say that every week, right, as we get right into that. There's it's got a wick going through it. Looks like there's another one on the other side. Right, remember, for everyone that succeeds, there's one that fails, right? So here's the one that succeeds, right? We come down, hit the 50 here, bounce to the 50 here. We go to get the target here where we wick the golden zone. Now we break on this side and the whole thing starts again. So that's Al doing his thing, as he does every day in every asset at every time frame, period. Never ends, never turns off. So we're going to go with, let's see, can we make this, let me just hang on a second. It's not that I don't like that, the hollow candles. It's just this gets into something I'm used to seeing. Let's just go to a 1 here. Do we have it, right? So this is, oof. Well, that's a bit ugly coming down. it's so shallow. It makes me think, okay, let's rethink this here. Is there an alternate? It's so unusually shallow for a 2 at this degree. Hang on a second here. Okay, let's get some context here. So, I mean, this is, if I brought this up, right, my first thought would not be, oh, 2's in. No, that doesn't mean that it's not, but that wouldn't be my first thought. Oh, well, fuck, obviously the 2's in. So let's get this one out of here, and let's get these out for just a second here, right? Is that a reasonable thought? Now, let's take it out of log scale, right, just to see, right, does that, right, it's always worthwhile to look at both. From 30 cents, yeah, we got to be in log scale. 3, does that look like a 2? God, you're damn near stuck with it. You got a 3 there, so you're stuck with it. So, but it does look like to me like you'd have to do this as, no, you got a 5 there. So you got an ABC, so you got a zigzag here. I'm just looking at this going, is there an alternate here that would put the 2 here? And I think perhaps not, because this, you've got an AB, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So ABC into that. So you're getting a 3. I'm already down to a 1. That's a little abnormal, but there it is, right? It's just, when you see something like this that's unusually shallow, right? Your first thought is, okay, what's wrong with the count? What am I missing here? And then it's just a process of going back and saying, okay, is that a good 3? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that's a good 3. Good 4. Well, that would have to be the 5 of something. Something completes here. 4 down. What do we do here on this retrace? Right, looks like we're between a 38 and a 50, although bring it up here. This is where you can see all this bullish order flow being fully mitigated here. Fair value gap. Now an inverse. Another one here. Yeah, I think he's got it, right? I don't see an alternative here that makes this any better. Or you would look, oh, this is just way too aggressive. Crypto bull. It looks like we end with a 3 here. That's my only hesitation. 3. There's a zigzag here. That's got to be a 3. So 3, 3, right? Listen, looks like what we got. So, okay, so to finish that out here, and this will be telling if this holds as an impulse. Right, do we hold that as an impulse? Then you'd be locking in on the idea that this is indeed a very shallow 2, and this is going to be a rip-roaring monster. Certainly, if you're looking for something to trade, right, which is a lot of what I hope comes out of these live streams, is that something gets teed up in your live stream. That's what it does for me. I say this every week. Some of the best trades I get of the year are from live streams, right? Because I can't watch everything. 1, 2. All right, so we've got, right, same process, right? You'll know every week it's always the same. 1, 2, right? So there's some bullish order flow, right? That's untapped. In for the 4, very tradable. Aggressive, right? Because it's abnormal, but the idea that we could pop here and go up to this, oh, why would you anticipate anything else? And the keyword being anticipate, right? If we break down here, well, oh, okay, well, fuck, something else is going on. Well, I've got some sort of that's quite an extension. I like this, right? I mean, even though it's a little abnormal, the risk. Well, look at the risk reward here. I mean, this is the name of the game, guys, right? It's if that's gonna, well, even let's just use the first algo target. Okay, you don't need to. You could be. I mean, if it's going to hold as an impulse, you could be 1 tick under the low here, right? I mean, there's 9.5 to 1, and that's just assuming you're going here. You're going to get the first algo target. By the way, right? This. Make a case, right, that didn't get fully tapped here, right? That could be a front run. Why would you not take that trade with those risk reward parameters, right? And that's just assuming that that's here. Now, you got to look at that and you realize, oh, if I take that trade and if I'm successful in that trade, I get this target, we get up here, right? You've got to anticipate, oh, well, okay, completed impulse. What am I anticipating? I'm anticipating a retrace. So don't get piggy up here, right? Take the nice single, double, depending on how you trade it, and put it in your pocket, or take a partial if you're willing to sit through the next 50% retrace. Right? Hang on a second. Something clicking on me. Now, if you dig in there, right, you don't have to be sitting here with a limit order. What you want, it's really, you want to see the first reaction. That's what you're after. So if we get the reaction, let's draw it this way. If we tap down here, you want to see the reaction, because then your risk reward just gets so nicely defined. Oh, okay. Well, if it doesn't hold, I'm wrong. Take the stop. That's the bit that everybody fucks. Well, excuse me. This is the bit that the new trader gets wrong. That, oh fuck. All right. I'll just move it down a little bit. All right. I know that thing's gonna go right. So oh fuck. All right. I'll just move it down a little bit further. Okay. It's no way it's going that far, right? And you just rationalize. When all you had to do is take the first stop. And I've been kind of crudely saying, right? Some people find me overly crude, but I'm just direct, right? If you can't do that, you're just a pussy. You're just too much of a pussy to accept that you're wrong, and you're going to have a major problem in the market. You have to accept that you're going to be wrong more than you're right. Period. Right? That's not going to change in your lifetime. You are going to be wrong more than you're right. Okay, so you can't take a stop? Because you don't want to be wrong? No, friends, that's not how it works. I've been using this. It's like, it's like building repetitions in the gym, right? If you're a workout guy, right, you got to build that. You got to condition the muscle to take your mental muscle to take the stop, knowing that it will only get worse if I don't do it. Because I can take the little jab here. I can take the little. Oh fuck, that's not going to kill me, right? And it goes down. Okay, well I can take the next one. Because there will be a next one. Right? If this is going up here, well, you get another chance, right? So small loser. Oh, stepped out again. Small loser. Oh, fuck. Maybe something else is going on here. So I'm wrong, massively wrong. But did I get damaged? Only if you're doing this shit. Then that being wrong really stings. This is as much. Any successful trader would tell you this. This is much more of a mental battle than it is a technical battle. It's the fight between your ears. That's what separates traders, right? This shit, 1,000 ways to skin a cat. But can you take the little stops, right? Can you avoid moving the stop? I had a guy that, we sell a lot of software on the other side of my business. Say, I can't stop moving my stop, man. Can you create an indicator that will lock my stops so I can't move them? Well, we probably could, but he's missing the point, right? He's unable to hold that discipline, right? So all it would do is just create a crutch, right? You've got to be able to do it yourself. Now, I've done this before. You maybe write a big fucking note on your monitor and put it on top of your mouse. I'm not going to move my stop. Try it for a week. Just take the stops as they come. Try for a week and see what the result looks like. What is mentally? How do you feel? Better, worse? What's the P&L? Better, worse? Of not moving your stop, right? Because what you're afraid of is that, oh my God, I'm going to lose so much money if I get stopped out. I can't take these stops. What? Try it. Try taking them for a week or two or a month. See, can you build that conditioning, right? You're going to be stronger if you're in the gym, if you're building those reps, and you're going to be a better trader if you build that same repetition. You got to condition your mind to take it. It's because nobody's looking over your shoulder going, don't move it, right? That's only you and you. All right, hang on, my website was down a little bit. Hang on a second. Okay, he's working on it. We're having something up with our website this morning. We don't know what it is. I was just checking the guy on my team who manages the site. He's working on getting it fixed. Right? It's not good, right? So I'm trying to do these to try and send you to our website. And you can't even get there, right? There's something up with it. We'll get it sorted out. Okay, right? So there's virtual. Hang on, let me get back over here. Oh, shit, I got notes galore coming in. Hang on. Where did I leave off? Okay, there we are. Okay, so this is Pilgrim. Okay, so good. Thank you, Mr. Bitcoin. Mr. Bitcoin. I like that handle. Pilgrim. is giving me QNT. So let me get Pilgrim here. Hang on a second. Let me copy link. Let's leave here. Are we good, everybody? Sam. Oh, AVAX. Okay. It looks like we're gonna have a little extra time because I don't have a huge. Well, they're adding them as we go here. Okay, AVAX. Yeah, this is one I. Oh, pardon me. This is a QUANT. AVAX is the request on the stream. Okay, QUANT. It's nice. This is some nice work here. Let's see. Here we go here. Pilgrim. Very nice work. Okay, let's back up. So we're on a 2 hour here, right? So for me, right, for us, right, you know, it's always easier when it's your chart. I kind of have to pull back here and see, okay, where are we coming from? This is something I use. It's a good teaching tool, but I'm going to take it off, right? So because it shows, right, it's, you know, it makes your fib pulls easy, right? You can just grab it, right? You see it. But I'm going to take it off here just so we can dig in there a little bit. This is a good one too. Right, I like this one, right? So it's not hard, but sometimes it's just easy. Okay, where's the liquidity? Where's it taken, right? So here, look, liquidity. That's what. Remember, you got to remind yourself, right? What is the purpose of the market? It's to facilitate trade. Where's the trade going to be done? Where can they find liquidity, which means trade? Pivots. Where's our absolute low here for this move here? That's always a good idea to work that out. Okay, so I've got literally a vertical launch here with very shallow retracements here on the daily. This is just straight shot and very well done, Pilgrim. All self-contained, right? That's what we want to see in an impulse, right? Self-contained in that channel. That's what gives you conviction in it. You know, you've seen me do this many times, right? You don't want something like this. No, that's not what you want, right? Not that we don't get those, but that, you know, even sometimes even more severe. It's not that we don't get them, right? That they don't show up that way. That's just not the one that you want. It's certainly not the one that you want to be pressing for a winner, right? You want them self-contained, right? Nice and within that channel, right? That's, you know, Elliott calls it the right look, but the channel really defines it. So this is beautiful work. So rock it up and look at what is that? 90% retracement, probably in that ballpark. What happened? Right. This is great work here, right? Because you've got a series of like, 5. Well, how am I going to get this done? Well, you got to work backwards, right? That's often with Elliott Wave, you're working backwards. Okay, well, I'm finishing with a 3. I know I got to finish with a 5. I begin and end with a 5. So, okay, well, here's a 3. Well, how am I going to tie that in? ABC. Well, okay, ABC, right? Right. So the WX, this is a little tricky here. It's probably just an ABC into that X. ABC, ABC, ABC. Great work, right? It's question mark, but, you know, tight, kind of sloppy, floppy all the way down, but we hold the low. So the 2 remains very valid. What comes off of this? Impulse. Now let's get down into what he gave me, something tighter. Oh, look at this. These guys they're better with trading view than I am. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, well, let's just okay, hang on. It takes just seconds to do. Okay, that's 2618 to the tick. Coincidence? Yeah, I'll let you draw your own judgment there, right? I mean, that's you know, here's the most common. Well, that's an extreme, right? But right down within tick or two. Pretty good looking 3. So that gives you a little conviction here. So, okay, I feel pretty good about putting the 3 there. Well, I get in more chop slop here, right? It's the corrections that always, you know, that's what makes Elliott Wave difficult. People always say, oh, fuck, man, Elliott Wave's so complicated. Well, okay, a 5 and a 3 is not complicated. It's the complexity of the 3s in a correction that can make it tricky. But it's, you know, it's not brain surgery. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, ripping 5. Do we have an impulse? Well, what else can we do here? Just again, this is standard operating procedure. Okay, length of the 1 projected from the proposed 4. Well, very common, second most common, right? In extreme, right? If we're going up here and he's kind of blocking that off, so you're getting a nice target box here. It looks like we got in that box. First, second, third most common. Right, now are we done? Well, that's a pretty good fall off of that pivot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like that could well be in. Well, let's get a little closer there. See how this looks. Oh, he's doing, oh, very, God, see, it's funny. For 15, 20 years, that's all I did was bars, not candles. Now it looks weird to look at them as other than candles. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like you got a reasonable candidate there. Okay, what else can we do, right? Just to help us. Why not use the tools, right? They're right there. Pop that on. Let's see. Oh, with the TTM squeeze. Okay, right. So we're not in a squeeze currently. Let's bring this down a bit. Got an RSI here. Oh, well, he's got it, right? So I'm just going to use this one because it gives me the squeeze. It's the same metrics. Just minus the squeeze. Okay, well, all right. So here RSI, curling at the 50, right? That's kind of decision point. Are we going, we're heading down or not? But it's pretty sweet here on a 1 hour that we're coming in, not in a squeeze for the 4, but it doesn't really look like we have a 3 there. So what is it we want to see there to, to put any more risk on? We want that. Well, potentially deeper. So what are we thinking here? If the 5's in, let's go all the way back to this. Yeah, there's nothing I'm doing here that isn't like just rudimentary Elliott. Right? This is just basic application of Elliott Wave rules and guidelines. Okay, I got a potential, right, for a completed impulse, as he's noting here, right? It's got the right look. Well, what's the first thing you would do? Right? We're not doing this because we know it's going down here. We're doing this so that we get some reference points. Okay, well, okay, does that seem reasonable? Well, let's go to a 3. Well, last time we did one, we did what we're doing. 90% retrace. Now I got another one. I'm going to do this just for, I thought I had that done. 1. Now, obviously, one of the scenarios here is that we go 1, 2, and we go again, right? And we get an extension. But that's looking pretty good as a completed impulse, as I was just showing it here. Okay, but that... let's bump that up just to see it. All right, let's double it. So you have to look at this and go, oh, fuck, man. If you're not in it, well, God damn it. It's tempting to say, well, I missed that fucker. Did you? If this is the 1, and we're going up for that 3, did you miss it? Or did you just get the low confirmed here with an impulse? And now you're just going to be patient enough and disciplined enough to say, well, okay, at the very least, I need a 3 to come off of here. Right? I mean, when I say that, you fucking do what you want, right? But if you're going to apply Elliott Wave, we're looking for a 3. It doesn't have to come this low. We just want to see a nice clean 3. Think of it this way. What if it does this, right? Come here. Get you off of there. What if we do this? We come down here and we do this. You buyer? You probably at the 50% from this last impulse or golden zone. Oh, there you go. Right. So you're right there at the golden. You buyer? Because you have to make that decision, right? What would your premise be? That? Probably not. 1, 2, right? And we're going to have an extension here that, oh, the 5's not in. The 5's going up here. Certainly possible, less probable. Possible. So what's the challenge here, right? All that possibility is still there, but as a trader, okay, number 1 rule, right? Stay in the game. Don't blow your account, right? So could you take that trade? Yeah, you could take that trade. I got an impulse followed by a 3 at a golden zone. Do I want to take that? Well, it doesn't quite fit with the broader hypothesis, but that hypothesis can change. So if you took that and let's say you thought, oh, okay, it's an ABC, right? And you had a zigzag just to make it sweet. Well, if it let's get the this back here. Well, if we start to go off of this at that moment in time, what are the possibilities here? That we're going to go, yeah, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's one of them. What else might happen here, right? If you're doing it with a focus on risk control, right? You don't want to do this, right? Then all you're doing is rationalizing, oh, well, okay, it is going deeper for the 2, right? Well, you're going to do something like this, right? So this is, again, because it's abnormal, right? That's very shallow for the 2 if this is going to be the 1. And we're not, that's very unusual. Now, it could be the 1, 2 for the extension, yada, yada. Yes, we know that. So what's one possibility? Oh, well, what if it's a W? Like, look at that correction. What if it's a W and we're going to an X and then a Y? Well, can you make money still? Remember, our objective, I feel like I have to remind people of this all the time. Our objective is not to be right in our analysis. That's not the objective. The objective is to be profitable. Can you be profitable and be wrong? You're thinking, oh, fuck, the 2's in. That's it, right? It's a 2 or it's an extension in the 5th. Well, you've got it's getting an arrow. You've got this move here. Could still be an X, right? Maybe you're not going to get this, but you can be profitable here and still be completely wrong about the analysis. Because if that's going WX, and it certainly could go X, and then what's coming next? Well, how are you going to know? Well, you're not going to know until you see that come down. Oh, shit. One click and you ruin it, right? And now I got a WXY. 2 stays down here. I took a long here. Okay, right. If you're thinking liquidity, right, maybe you're taking a partial here because you know there's going to be liquidity there. Don't forget, always going to be a golden on the other side. So as I pull this here, is that what we're hitting here? Did we get a close above? Let's see. Close. Looks like we might have. If I get you right on there, let's go to a 4 here. Let me get it right on that low. Did we break? Looks like we might have. Got to close above. Oh, God, look at that. Tweezers at the close. So let's go here. Oh, come here. There's the close. Right, as ICT reminds us, right? Wicks do the damage, bodies tell the story. Algo's still there. You know, I can't call up the guy who writes it or who's trading it and say, "Well, is that thing still active?" We can only observe. Reasonable that's still in play. Go back here. Okay, oh shit, here I go. Now I'm all over the place. But you get the idea, right? It's not about being right. Totally wrong if that plays WXY. If you're buying it here thinking it's an ABC. Well, it is an ABC. But is it the 2? Well, could be the 1, 2 of the extension. Could be a shallow 2, right? All the things you're not going to know until the market reveals itself. And it's a real tease. It will tease you, right? Yeah. But just like, let's use a siren, right? Is it luring you in, right? That's not so much of what institutions are doing. Is they're trying to lure retail to take the trade, to take the bait, right? To hear the siren call and come close to the shore, right? Oh, take it. It's a breakout, right? That's all a breakout ever is. It's just a tease. Just a tease. Oh, God, it feels so good when you take it. Oh, I want it. Fuck, I'm in the rocks. Hang on, let's see if my website's fixed. Hang on. I'm here. Looks like something with Bluehost. Oh, hang on one sec, guys. I'll be right back. He's trying to fix the website. Hang on. There's a code that gets sent to him. Give me one. Fuck. I think it's over here. Hang on, guys. I don't think I can do this. Shit, I can't remember. I can't find it. I moved it. Where did I put it? It's over here. Come on. Oh, there it is. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Sorry, guys. 9 5 5 3 6. Okay. Okay. Now, so sorry. Where was I? All right, I think we're good there. Okay, so he's got that, right? Well, hopefully we get the website back up. Something to do with our hosting company. Hopefully that's helpful to you, right, in terms of how this can play out, right? You just have to be aware that that's ultimately what it comes down to. Okay, could this be an ABC and we're going here? Yes. Could it be a WXY? Yes. Could it be a shallow 2 and because the market's so strong? Yes. All those variables, right, you're not going to know. There's no knowing. There's just money management and sticking to your methodology, right, and the risk parameters that go along with it, right? So we can look at this and say, well, if it takes out this, right, that's we can't do a 1-2. We're going deeper. Oh, okay. We're going to the 50. How are we doing it? Did I get a 5 down? Well, that's probably, if it's a 5 down, well, we're probably not done. Did I get a 3? Oh, shit. I'm probably going to get another 5, right? Because we begin and end in 5. It's just same thing over and over and over and over again, which can sound like, oh, fuck, man. Doesn't that get old doing the same thing over and over again? Who cares? What's your objective here? To be entertained or to make money? These are questions you're going to answer, not me. Hang on, what do I got? Pilgrim, that's great work, man. Really, really well done. That's going to be one to watch, right? See how that plays out, right? I'd get that on your watch list, right? Because either way, right, whether we do a shallow here or all those variables I just gave you here, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to put it right there. Right, as I often do from these, right? Because I trade these. I do exactly what I'm telling you. I'm suggesting you might want to consider. If that pops the 50, I'm going to be looking long and hard anticipating that. Assuming I got, well, you know what I'm going to say here. Assuming I get this. If I get that, where do I want to enter? Oh, let's see if I can do that. Right here. Right here. Stop under the pivot. Because the assumption you're making is always, right, that the pivot is in. That's why we can be definitive about the risk, right? We can look at it and go, okay, well, what can I afford here? Let's make the first assumption always that I'm wrong. So if I'm going to get stopped out here, what's that risk reward, right? Do I want to lever this? Yada, yada, yada. All those decisions you got to make. But you don't want to necessarily be here. You look at it and go, but if I get it there, I'm going to make more. Yeah, but how many times are you going to get spanked here? Well, first assumption is you're wrong. Let it show you. Right? Oh, reaction. Oh, I can take that one. What if it does this? Right. Oh, fuck. You were wrong. Take the stop. Move on. Oh, keep watching. Oh, 5 down. Oh, fuck. I guess I'm going to get a 3. What am I looking for? 3. Well, now I'm looking for a 3. Oh, I got a diag A, B. What, okay, here comes the C. Do you want to short it? Or just wait to buy it a little bit lower? I can't give you. Uh-oh. Something just happened. Oh, God damn. The machine gets weird. I got Mr. Bitcoin coming back because I was giving these guys a hard time. Copy link that we needed content. They always come through. Sometimes they waited till the last 15 minutes. Oh, come on, machine. What's going on here? Bear with me, guys. Here, my machine's lagging a little bit. This is Mr. Bitcoin trying to give me ton coin. Is that ton or ton? I don't know how to say it. Well, Mr. Bitcoin, that didn't work. Let's see. Maybe it'll come up here. Ton. I want to say ton. Telegraph coin. I'm not a huge fan of Telegraph, but that could be because I'm so used to using Discord. 1, 2. Mr. Bitcoin, I don't get your stuff here. I don't get your, let's see, could it be over here? Nope, no, in the little tree. Oh, you got some indicators on there. Okay, well, we can just do it from here. Okay, well, first thought is, oh, fuck me, come on, machine. Do we need to be in log scale or not? Well, this just force a habit. I always wick off the lowest low. You know, at 4 times the range, you pretty much have got to do it, right? So let's do it. 5 swings, right? Sure looks like a diag. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky in the finding the balance between arithmetic and log. Let's get you on that. 1, 2. All right, and then you take it out of log and you think, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is what I see. That's where you get. It's just this is, you know, there's no easy answer here. How's that 4 look there? A, B, C. Yeah, probably a diag there to finish that, right? So, you know, going to kind of loosely applied, right? We're way over on the right edge, right? So that kind of a thing. Now, if I put that in log scale, right, it's going to distort it so much that you go, wait a minute, maybe that's not the 5. Maybe this is the 4. But now, just as I was saying before, right, which would be easy for you to think, oh, wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, back to the right look. Maybe. Right? It's not terrible. I mean, let's allow for a little of that. It's not terrible. Key piece here, we've got to do this as a series of 3s, right? If we're going to overlap here as a diag, is that what we have? Do we have a series of 3s? You could there's a little bit of a, you could shuffle that. I like this as a diag. Either way, right? So then you're still looking for 3s. A, B, C. That looks like 5. I can't say the Elliott here is particularly good. Let's same thing I would do in any chart that we would teach you. Okay, well, we've got overlap here. All right, so we're thinking diag. The other possibility here, right, is that the 3 was here as we looked at it out of log, but let's stay here since that's the range that we need to be in. Okay, could that be going up for the 5 here? This is a push, right? You'd have to, A, B, C. I guess you could, it might even be here, right? A, B, W, X, Y. Looks like you finish, right? Okay, so things, when you're a little like, ah, shit, I'm not sure, start marking the 5s and the 3s that you can be absolutely certain about. Okay, where can I see these? Well, that's a pretty good 5. All right, now is that the 4? Well, how are we going to do that? Okay, looks like you got a candidate here. Again, this is the first time I'm seeing this, so this is exactly what we would teach you to do. Come here. So applying our methodology, right, which is what these live streams are all about, right? I go out of my way to not make it about me and just make it about applying the methodology, because that's what you're going to learn from us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? A diag. It looks like that's a reasonable spot. A, B, C. Do I know that's what it is? Of course not. Is that a reasonable estimate? Yeah, I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, it's diag is always it's a battle between bulls and bears. That's all the overlap, right? Because it's not clearly impulsive. A, B, C. Okay, in for the 4. 1, 2. you're making some compromises here, right? So the first idea, like, oh gosh, is that really a 3? Am I really getting a 3 there? But you can trade it, right? You don't have to be right. As I said, it's not about being right. Tradable in there. Let's go to a 4 here. Let's just see. Is Al involved here? Looks like he got spanked down here. So that makes it's kind of squishy down here. Like, oh, that's not where we lost the big dog. We lost the big algo. Right, plenty of closes below the golden zone, so he's gone. It doesn't mean we can't get him back, but okay. So what just happened here? We can, even though Lex Algo is not showing it, right? You can make a reasonable estimate that that's liquidity being grabbed here. What happens after a liquidity raid? Retrace. Looks like you might have Al on the other side, right? He's always going to be there. You do. That's what we run into here, but now we get the break. But we don't get a close, right? That's just a big dagger. So it's sloppy on both sides, right? So this is a hurry up and wait for me, right? I just when I don't see that precision in those pivots, it makes me pause and I go, okay, well, what am I missing here? What could I be missing? And is the opportunity cost so high here that I've got to find a way to get into this? Is ton coin? Well, maybe an impulse here. Oh fuck, that's not great looking, is it? It's not good enough for me. I mean, but no disrespect to Mr. Bitcoin, who I was pushing these guys to give us some content. It may not be his favorite setup here, but okay. Again, are we doing a 5 here, 3? If it's cloudy, I'll wait for sunshine. I don't know what that is or what it's going to be. And coming down here doesn't really help me, but I can stay with this bigger swing structure and go, okay, well, I got a target up here. At some point in here, there needs to be some clarity, and I don't think you have it there. I mean, you can talk yourself into, well, there's a bunch of congestion down here. This is all mitigated here. We're pausing here. You could even talk yourself into, okay, well, yeah, we broke it here, but now we're stabilizing here. Fuck, we could, oh, what am I on? Okay, actually, so I can get some, let's do this. 2 for 3. Okay, oops. All right, where's the POC? Way up here. I've got a low volume node here, which kind of makes sense. I'm not worried about missing anything there. If this thing pops out of here, I'll wait for the next retrace here. Maybe we come back and test this, and then we start to go. Perhaps, right? But it's still, you're looking actually, in actual fact, you're looking for a 3 to come out of here. So how are you going to do that? 1, 2. That doesn't make sense. So now you're looking for a zigzag. Now you're looking for, oh, well, I need 5, 3, 5, right, to complete the diag. Too much still has to happen before I'd have any conviction there. So that's hurry up and wait, right? Like the idea. I know that's a winner, right? They're likely going to be around, but be picky, right? We have so much to trade. Why take something unclear? But thanks for posting, Mr. Bitcoin. Okay, I got T. Oh man, he giving me. Oh, that's funny. I was just looking at this. Mara. Sorry, they email a code that he needs to be able to get into the server. So I'm trying to do that while hosting this live stream, so I apologize, guys. Okay, all right, so here we are, Mara Holdings. All right, I was just looking at this for an option trade. Okay, well, here's a daily. Well, okay, looks pretty good. Did that work? Thanks. Yeah, it did work. Okay, good. All right, so website crisis being resolved. Well, that looks pretty good. Jesus, let's take that up a bit. All right, 5 up, so we can put a 1 off of that. 2, well, let's leave it down here, right? Remains to be seen. Let's put that in white. Can live with that. Well, don't know. Looks like this little order block may have had something to do with that. Maybe. Demand here. It looks like this could play as a WXY. This gets a little tricky in here. Okay, hang on one second. I'm having problems with our website. Okay, we'll get it sorted. That's a stress bomb I don't need today. Okay. Break. Held. Let's see here. Okay, we got a good candidate here. I'm just kind of looking. Where is he? Shit. Oh, so this, what are we on? NASDAQ? This is literally why I was looking at this as a potential iron condor, right, to sell on either side of it. We've got earnings are not too, you got plenty of time here. You could do a butterfly or an iron condor here, selling out of the money, puts and calls. Of course, bullish for Bitcoin, right? If this is Bitcoin's going, this is bullish for Mara. Well, sloppy, you could do, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's kind of sloppy. I don't know that I would be putting big money into that thought. Okay, do I have a 1 here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is diag, right? It would have to be diag. 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C into a 5. Can't say I love that. Again, it's because of that. That's why I think an iron condor here is playable. Okay, you can see maybe. I can't say I love that, but okay. It's either be neutral, right? Thus, something like an iron condor or a butterfly, or it certainly doesn't look particularly bearish, right? If that's a 1, 2, 1, 2. So you might think, okay, what's an alternate? Could this be A, B, C into a W? This is X, and we're going into a deeper for a Y. That doesn't quite look as good either. I like the iron condor here. But okay, if it's going to go up, well, we've already broken Al here, so he's not in play. He's on from the top, right? He's not involved anymore. Well, at that degree, I shouldn't say it that way, right? He'll be right here. He'll be there. Let's see. Yeah, I like the iron condor, right? Sell some out of money calls, out of money puts, right? And let the time decay work for you here, because you're sitting right between the value area here. You have no particular edge here. There's no, the TA is not greatly bullish or not particularly good bearish. You've broken out here on the daily on both sides. So what's your bias, right? What is your edge here? Well, you don't have an edge. So thus, something neutral, you know, might be the appropriate play for those of you that are option traders. Yeah, it's just, you don't, just because it's like, maybe, right? No trade is a trading decision. Oh, T, so this is, remember T, he's trading the stocks, the crypto stocks, so he's going to give me RIOT here as well. Let me try that. Oh, T, look at the pinned tweet in this channel here, or the pinned post that will show you how to give me a chart that I can work with, so I can see your work, right? Which is kind of the point. I'd like to see how you're progressing with our teaching. Oh, here we go. I did get yours. Oh yeah, good. This one worked, right? So I guess you did know how to do it. RIOT looks a lot like Mara. What do we see here? Well, look, again, where you can see them, right? Probably a good idea to mark them. Okay. It looks like you probably got some sort of B. Oh, fuck me. Oh, that got ugly. I guess you're going to do it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get that, to get a 5 to finish that. That's a bumpy ride to get there. Looks like you broke out from the low. Oh, look at that. Every week. I show this every week. For 6 years. I don't know how many times I've shown it. Many, many, many thousands of times. Let's go to a 1 hour, see if there's something to play with right there. Well, what? Okay, right. So we double tapped the golden zone. Jesus, it really is. It's still just amazing. Okay, so okay, 1, 2, 1, 2. Don't like the 3. A, B, C. Not sure. Okay, well this. Okay, so well, here's a good example, right? So this is why I like them to see their work. So he had it teed up here to be a 1, 2, right? And there his premise was 1, 2. Oh. Whoops. So well, of course, if you were trading that and you're long here for whatever, you take that, or you got a big target up here, right? I sure hope, right, the second that breaks by a tick, right, you're out of the trade, right? Because we can't have a right that trade is invalidated there, right? So it's a very clear, clean risk reward. I'm going to take this. If this pivot holds, I got a candidate for a 1, 2, and this holds as an ABC. And that's probably, that would work. Yeah, that would work. So 1, 2, oh, whoops. Take the stop. Right, I certainly hope we didn't do this. Right, that's how you ruin your adventures in the market. It's not worth it, never worth it, right? Just accept that you're wrong. And get used to accepting that. Okay, so what's the alternate here? Oh, we could... Oh, well, no, we can't do that either. All right, so let's go back here. All right, same reason. Why can't I do that? That's broken. All right, so it can't be 1, 2. Well, that creates a conundrum. What are we going to do with that? Oh, that's too bad. Well, it looks like you're going to have to do something like this here to solve this, which is a little bit of a force fit, but you don't have an alternative. That's a 5 down. Sure looks like it. 1, 2 is going to be in here. 3, 4, 5. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. So you got a nice impulse. All right, it's kind of creating a monkey wrench here, right? You got a nice impulse that finishes here, and then oh, it looks so good. I mean, you certainly understand why you might take that trade, right? Right. Goal is not to be right. Okay, so he's got something here. I'm not sure what that is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like we finished down here in a 5 as a C. So what are we left with? Well, for the this is, as I was saying before, this is where Elliott gets complicated. And this the whole premise here is falling apart. All right, so we go to this. Essentially, what are we proposing here? 1. Oh God, I hate when I do that. Don't hold the mouse down. 1. Come here. Jesus Christ, what is with me today? 2. Don't like that. Not that it's not possible. But look how nice and tight, right? We're beautiful here, right? And then we get this, right? The time balance all wrong. What are you left with? Oh, well, probably here, W, X, Y. Although this is, you know, it's a bummer, right? Look, totally understand why you would have taken that trade there. Doesn't happen. So possibly I would want this. Let's come back here. Let's get out to a daily. Is there something big picture? How could this fit in? It's the same kind of thing that's ripe for selling an iron condor. Let's see how this one was. So obviously Al is very involved here. Boom, boom, boom. Just out of curiosity, is he catching the other side? Looks like he might be. Not quite. What is your edge here? What's your edge? Leading question. You don't have one. Now, you can make a case here. Well, like I want to buy on the low end of this. I want to sell up at the high end, right? Premium discount. The Elliott is elusive at best. It glimmers of like, oh, God, it's fucking perfect. Perfect, but that's not perfect. So I would almost withhold any labeling here of putting a 1 here until I see how this resolves, right? So right now, I mean, you don't have a lot to do, right? You can be a buyer here and a seller here and a buyer here and a seller. That's until we get out of this range, so which suggests, right? One of the scenarios would be to, you know, do something that would. Oh, geez, can I do that? How do I do that? Oh well, I don't think I can. Maybe I can do something like this. So you're trying to take advantage of this value area like that. Right, so if we get up here, right at the edge of value, if I were to do it like this, right, so there you go. If I move that down a bit, right, that's containing 70% of all the trading volume, right? No shocker here. We get up, I can't make this shit up, right? We get up here, oh, well, this is 70% of the trading volume. Oh, well, that's kind of weird down here. What's holding these? What's holding this? Al. How about here? Al. Algo. He's a busy boy. Okay. I don't think there's much to do here, right? I don't think I would take that as a 1-2, right? 1-2, 1-2. Don't know, right? You got to wait for cloudy to clear. Okay. Pilgrim. Hitting me with one of the trickier accounts on the board. Pilgrim posted, right? I was asking these guys to give me content, whether they had their TA done or not. This is a tricky count here. Well, we can see what happened there. Oh, what have we got on here? Bunch of option stuff here. And we got our fair value gaps. Yeah, it's not the cleanest look here because you've got this series here. Sometimes when it's confusing because of the gaps here, I'll do it this way to see, okay, if I'm just focusing on closes, Well, I'd be inclined to think something like this. Looks like you got a pretty good. Looks like there's a 5 there. Right? So again, all I'm doing is here. Where can I see 3s and 5s? There's a pretty good impulse right there. Retrace. Shit, I can't make up. I don't love the idea. Again, it kind of leaves you 1 2 1 2. Doesn't quite work. ABC 1 2. You might be able to get away with that. A B C. Let's put this. Let's go. ABC. Well, can we call that a 1? Right? Maybe we're pushing higher. 2 3 4 5. Well, let's just kind of throw these numbers up somewhere. So let's give it a test. So this would have to be ABC. ABC. Into that. There's a giant diag. Oh, here we can take these guys down. Something brighter. Do we like the look of that? I've got 2 iron condors and a long call spread on this, looking for that target, looking for that high to be taken. So I do trade this a lot. This is, well, okay, right, draw it yourself. Right, look. Well, I'm long. But that's not a reason for you to be long. Well, it looks like we're doing an A here as well. All right, so if we're anticipating the 5, right, and we're going to do this as a series of ABCs, okay, well, it looks like I've got a pretty good start on the A. Oh, fuck. Might be here. Let's get that. Oh, how about white? I'm just trying to keep it simple. Okay, 1 2. That can't be 3. All right, so we got to try and get a 3 in there. A B C. Well, you might be able to do it that way. Let's go in here. Oh, let me get that off of there. Well, with the target up here, I'd be inclined to be thinking, okay, we're going after the A wave here. Here's the A, B, C. Right, can we get that? It's kind of big. We get that right. Well, where's the next location for liquidity? Let's go to right, internal, external. Right, market likes to rotate. Well, we've got liquidity below, of course. Oh, I don't think. Let me get. You guys know I like this one. Change of character here. Or just these. Right, I mean, 4 is usually the easiest thing to spot, right? We just go sideways. We stop progressing the trend. Now we're pushing higher, trying to get that 5, which would suggest to me we're just doing an A. But it's an well, 1 2. It's a little shaky on the 2. But 1 2 3 4 5 would give you that 3. Take that up. 1 2 3. Just again, takes seconds to do it. Let's just measure. Where's the most common location? Right here, right? We got a little dance around it. it's kind of tight in there, right? If you look at, if you're doing it this way, put that in white to match, right? We're going after that A. If we're going up here for that A, oh, I may have already done this, right? As we sit, in the golden zone from the high, right? So it's very easy to forget. Oh, wait, don't forget. There's one on the other side. Right there. Now, just because he's there doesn't mean he can't break, but that's what the market's wrestling with right now. There's, again, it's not some guy sitting there with the sell button going sell, sell, sell. It's, you know, it's just code. Just the code doing it. Looks like this has to come down here. Boom. If we break it, where are you looking for him next time? Right, then it's just the same thing over. Right? We complete the 5. You break the resistance from the high, right? That's not insignificant, right? We're challenging it right now. Where that's the next one, right? That you're looking for. Right? So you draw that up and go, oh, okay, A, B, right? In the pocket. We don't have to come to golden zone. Could be 50. Right? Somewhere in that pocket for the B. Minimum target for the C. So trade it. Well, do you want? I mean, you know, think of it. Right? Okay, if you were looking at this, oh, shit, man, Tesla looks pretty good, right? So maybe I go look, or some, maybe I want to trade this. Well, do you want to enter long in the golden zone? Maybe not, right? Maybe let that, you know, show you, right? Okay, break it or don't break it, right? Because we certainly could pause right here. Now you're going to have a weird looking, right? That would be a money skinny, right? The anticipation would be, oh yeah, it's going to break that. There's no knowing, but we can anticipate that you're likely going to break that, which is going to give you an impulse off the low, right? Just likely, right? Since we're doing this as ABCs, if that's the 4, for an A, B, C, and we're going to go A, B, C, well, again, there's no knowing the path it's going to take. But if we got up here, right, and if we don't sweep the high here, even if we do sweep the high, still, right? What's up there? Liquidity. Sweep the external, come back for the internal. It likes to rotate. Oh, shut up. Side later. A, B, right? So I would say not a great place to be entering right this moment. I think we can all agree on that, right? That might not be one that you'd look back on and say, boy, I nailed that one, based on you're entering literally at that location. But let it break. Okay, well, once it breaks, then it's gone. Then he's gone. Gone from the high. Then now we got nothing but blue sky, right? No algo resistance. Where would you get him again? He will be right there. He'll be there waiting for it. Assuming, right, we top here. You know, I'm just, you know, hypothesizing. But if we don't sweep, even if we do sweep the high, right, it'd be the same thing. We go up here. Sweep the high, right? It'll be the next retrace, right? He'll be there on every retrace forever, right? Until they change it. So A, B, C, right? Right now, I'd let the A complete, look for the B. That's me. That's what I would do. T, oh God, I'm so glad to see this. Every now and then we get a Forex trader. T is back with the euro. Okay, so let's see if the way you're doing it works, right? So we get, yeah, it did work. Now, does your work come across? That's the question, right? This is my work over here. This is your work. Let's see. Does it come over? I don't think so. Okay, that's all right. Well, let's get a big picture. Oh, there. Well, shit. Yeah, this is me. Yeah, that's all my stuff. Okay, all right. So, all right, let's get a look here. Okay, well, if you, let's take this off for a second, right? Because that can be confusing. Well, what's the first thing, right? You would look at and go, oh, well, I got to at least check it. Get you right on it. Anybody surprised there? You cannot be, I'm sorry, well, let's just check from the top, right? How do we do here? I promise you we don't set this up in advance. Golden zone to golden zone. Right, sooner or later, if we go sideways forever, one side breaks. Well, there's your break. What do we anticipate right after a break like that, right? Because this is certainly, oh, well, that'd be a change of character, right? Because this pivot didn't create a new low, so we've broken, right? This is still intact, right? We're not to the target yet. Why would you think something other than 1, 2? Well, you know, we got a big 3 here, A, B. Excuse me, 1, A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, 4. If this is going to resolve, right, up here, this isn't complicated. This isn't very hard to do. All right, 1, not where would we anticipate, not where do we know, but where would we anticipate that 2 is going to come in? Oh, fuck you, come here. Get a little order block right here. Not hard to see that one. Oh, let's call it a demand zone right here. Right where we've got our 50 in our golden zone. What are we anticipating? Again, not what do we know. Let's see. Oh. Pretty good risk reward on that. Very few of us, myself included, I would be quick to say, could stay long for that. Just, you couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Who can do it? Institutions. Why? Because they're not going to be, there's no person's going to do it. Software is going to do it. That's why they use it. That's way too much for the average retail trader. No way you're, no, you just don't tell me you are, because you're not, right? You're not going to sit through that for 2 years. You're just not. But that doesn't mean you can't get something decent off of this. If we come down here, right? So well, wait a second, wait a minute. The euro's coming down. What? The dollar's going higher. You just told me the dollar's going weaker. Right? It's all relative. Well, see, what was your alternative here? If you're looking at this, I kind of like the look of the euro here. Well, one, you know, of course, you could trade it in the futures market. You could trade the 6E, right? If you're an FX trader, right? I prefer to trade the futures than the FX, right? Because there's so many, you get bent over in the FX market. How do we look from the top, right? Is Al involved here? He might be. I'll get that down on the pivot. Doing the daily here, wick. Let's tighten that all up a bit. No close, right? It's tricky. You want to check it, right? Oh, right in the pocket, but it looks like a 5. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that doesn't make sense, does it? Why do I have a 5 here? What do I have coming down here? A little tricky. It looks more like a 3, right? WXY. That would leave me pausing a little bit. Oh, I suppose you could probably squish it into something you wanted. Be careful of that. I could see an ABC here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A little diaggy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but we get overlap. C, right, 707, right, common for a retrace. Looks like this might have been some liquidity up here. They didn't quite sweep it. And it looks like we're coming down in a 5, and so let's go down to a 30. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have more to go. Well, if that's the ABC, again, all right, let's go back to context. What shit? We're going down here for the 2. Do we know that? No, of course not. Looks like a good impulse there. Well, if it's me, I'm not a buyer there. I'd be looking down here. I'd probably look in the futures market. Just looking for standard ops. Oh, correction. I'll wait for it. Well, so I mean, really, what are you saying, right? Give some more detail to that. This is what you're looking for. Oh, right, and then don't be the hero. 1, 2. Stop under the low, because if it's right, that's the beauty of the 1, 2. It cannot go tick below that low, right? Or you're wrong, right? So you can always measure this and say, well, like, okay, what's the risk there? What's the dollars? 3, 4, right? I got to get a 5 to come. If that's going to be the 2, this must be a 5. Period. 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 That certainty is something you don't get with other technical approaches, right? One of the draws to Elliott Wave, right? Love it, hate it, but that certainty comes with it. Not certainty that you know the outcome, but certainty about the rules and guidelines, right? We can't sweep that low, or you're wrong, right? Your analysis is wrong, right? And I remind you, it's not about being right. Okay, thanks for that one. T, he just goes, his handle is T. Thanks, T. That's a good one. Very nice, right? I'd love to see some FX come in here. Right? It's very, of course, as technical as you'll find. Okay, I'm winding up here. How are we doing on time? Well, we might be earlier. I could take some requests if I could see you guys. I can't fucking see. Where are you? Is that you guys up there? Yeah, there you are. Maybe I can see your. There we are. Okay. All right. So let me keep going here. All right. So Crypto Janus. Makes me think of Janus Funds. LDO 4-hour Binance. Okay. All right. So he's given me. Whoops. He's given me 2 actually. So perfect. Okay. Thanks, Crypto Janus Funds. Oh fuck me. Hang on. Okay. Let's go there. LDO 4-hour Binance. Uh-oh. Shit, Crypto Janus. Let's see if I do that. No, that's not going to do it either. Okay, so something up in the link she gave me. Let's try this one, see if this works. Copy link, because he gave me 2 links here. Oop, neither one. Shit. LDO. Okay, well, I can't get your. Let's see, maybe this. Here, let's just get one open. Yeah, shit. Oh, let's just go over here. We'll do this one over here with it. Bitcoin doesn't have anything on it. Okay, so we're going to do LDO, USD. USDT. He wants it on Binance, right? So that's got to be it. Okay, and he wanted 4-hour. Okay, all right. So we're catching up here. Okay, here we go. Crypto Janus looks good here. Okay. Well, here's the first conundrum, right? Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or is it 1, 2, 1, 2, 3? Right. Well, it looks more like a. So just looking at it, right? If you just looked at it and said, okay, well, I got a 1, I got a 2, 3, 4. Oh, we're doing diag. Oh, are we? Are we doing diag? Well, that'd be the first thought. Oh, is that a series of 3s? I'll get off of here. Yeah, it could be. I got to pull back here for a little context. All right. Let's see. Okay, do we need to be in log scale? Yes. Looks like. All right, where's Al? All right, you got to know where he is. That him? Wicks only? Or we got closes? Somebody close. Let's just see. Was he involved here? Start looking for other pivots, right? Was he playing here? Back one? Nope. Back to the top. No, it looks like it's higher time frame. All right. Well, looking at that on the daily, does that make you want to rush out to buy it? I think probably not. I didn't even do this, right? Okay, we're kind of in a box. Let's take it out of log. Well, okay, so as Cryptogenis, right? So his note here. Wave one diagonal completed. Okay, so his premise is the low is in, and we're going to set that as the start, and we're going to go into a diag for the one. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we can very clearly spot where we're going to hit resistance right here. Okay, well, obviously you're going very counter trend, right? So you're saying, okay, well, I got a 5 off of a low, right? So, oh shit, let's go back to log. Right? So, can we simplify this? Okay, well, can we look at this and say, well, that's a big 3. Is that a 5? Okay, right? We can be accommodating there to the premise, right? To see, okay, is there enough? Is the risk reward here good enough, right? That we can look at this and say, okay, well, if that's the pivot right here, we've got one. Oh shit! Here I'm upside down. Let's get it the other way. How do I look here? Coming into this. Okay, let's go with the 1. Candidate 2? I suppose so. Let's break it down a little bit. Boy, you're gonna have to put it here because there's an impulse. So you're gonna have to go A. Oh God, that's dicey. You're gonna have to go A, B, C. A little bit, a little slight truncation. A, B, C. Okay, tradable. Oh fuck me. Hang on. There we go. Something just happened there. I lost it. Okay, there's some good signs here. It's the balance of what you'd hope for, right? Is a little off, right? Oh shit. Okay, well, big A or a tiny C, smaller C, I should say. Okay, is this good enough, right, to take a trade off of? Looks like it could be. Let's get in there a little bit. Looks like I gotta have a 1 ABC here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not too tricky on that one. 1 ABC 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. Oh, maybe we got a triangle here. Let's see. Let's put that in white. Okay, can we do it as a 1, 2? Perhaps not, right? That wouldn't, yeah, we got alternate, right? So immediately, what's your first thought? Okay, what about a 1, 2, 1, 2? So let's take him up a degree. Let's check, right? For a 1, 2, how does that look? Anybody shocked? You shouldn't be. Right, we're tapping that twice. Now the second time back, right? The third time, right? That because the idea premise is here. Well, there's software here, and if we're coming back to it, perhaps we're picking up some unfilled orders because you had some imbalance here. You see the fair value gap that's in there, right here, right? So tap, inverse below, but that would be kind of deep, right? That's not the deeper they go, right? Not ideal. Then you got to wait for a very clear 1-2 to come out of it. So a 1-2, 1-2. Well, let's consider that. 1. I'd put it here until proven otherwise. Whoops, somebody got doubled up there. There's a good example why you got to degrees and colors. You got to change. Okay, all right, you get lost. Okay, so 1. I'd do it this way too. All right, so I can get a 3 A, B, C of that 2. Now this has to be 1, 2, right? Or we're going to come lower, and it's going to be A, B, C. Here's the invalidation at this low because I can't have it can't be 1, 2 and sweep the 2. So 1, 2, 1, 2 seems possible. Let's put that up a degree and let's change color, right? So maybe, right? Something I would be cautious, right? I wouldn't trade that yet. It's not good enough, right? Well, why take something iffy, right? You jonesing for dopamine? Why? 1, 2, 1, 2. You know, it's tempting, right? You go down to a 15. Well, maybe I can get a better entry on the 15. It gets more squirrely down here. 1, 2. Is this A, B? Yeah, okay. A, B, C. It looks like you come down in a clean 5, right? We double bottom in the golden zone. Okay, so one candidate here, right? That would okay. So how could I build a trade here? Let's do that. Well, this you're already. That's the lower low. Well, let's keep it there. Interesting, right? Trading principle number 4. If we sweep down here, right? Remember trading principle number 4, right? Don't forget this one. Yes, we have 80% here. 80% is not 100%, right? So failure to make the median line on the first push, right? Sets up a move equal to or greater than the move that failed to get there. Now, we're kind of in between. We didn't quite get there. We didn't quite sweep the low, right? Is there another swing at this? Well, you'd have to be assuming that it's A, B, C, and then we're going to go 1, 2. I'm already down to the 15, so you're going to go 1, 2. That's a little hopium, right? So you're going, okay, 1, 2. Oh, it's going to be a diag. Okay, I got it. So I see it. And down at the 15-minute, we're going to go A, B, C into a 1 or 1, 2, 3. Right? There's no, we don't break down into 3s there. Shit, you go to a 5 minutes, it's not going to be a whole lot better. A, B, C, right? It's not getting better. I'll tell you what does get better. This. That gets better. All right, I can see that a little bit more cleanly here. Oh, there we go. All right, so, okay, candidate for the 2. 1, 2. I didn't get the 3 that I wanted. I wanted 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't get it. So what's a possibility here, right? That this is all, you know what's coming next, right? Right. I don't even have to do it, right? Shit, I can't make up. So what do we got here? Just a little fib fight. Algo to algo. If nothing else, right, for any regs, right, members, right, please let this be the first thing you look for on your chart. I don't care what it is, right? You have to know where he is. Or you'll trade right into it. You have to know where he is and what he did last, right, and where you're going to anticipate that. How many times do I have to show it? 100,000 times? I'd like to think anyone who's watched more than 5 of my videos is going to, oh, fuck, maybe I better check that. So where's your edge here? What do you got? Squat. You got squat. No trade is a trading decision, and often a good one. Wait for exactly what you're looking for. That's not it. I can look and go, oh, well, I'll go. I got a golden corner, but okay, I got no edge here yet. Right? Remember, right? It's always just a snapshot in time. Today, right now, in this moment, there's no reason to take a trade here. I have no edge. Some shit happens. Whoa, we're back here. Well, you're so wrong about that one. No. Right? It's not about being right or wrong. Never was, never will be. Andreas looks like he's typing one. Okay, so what? Somebody on the on X asked for BCH. Which, it's amazing. I haven't looked at them in a long time. BCH crypto. Let's see what they're. Oh, I can do it on Femex, our sponsor, right? We love BC. We love Femex. Let's go to the spot pair, so I can get right. You see, I have it defaulted there, and we like to demonstrate them. We're really happy with them. They're really good exchange. Any of you looking for an exchange, I think you'll be happy with what you see there. Links underneath. We do get a little kicker if you start trading there. So full disclosure. That's where I trade now. Okay, what? Let's go to a daily here. All right. Well, of course, I don't have a full history here because it's tied to when Femex hit trading view. Oh. Well, it's a bit of a conundrum here. 1, 2. Well, that's certainly impulsive. Well, let's check it, right? So let's just kind of. Right, you can move them, so don't like. It's not like, oh my God, if I put them there, I can never move them. All right, what would your next thought, right? If we just, okay, let's ask a 5th grader. Show me the 5s and the 3s. Not always going to be a golden. 50, right? That's where they start. Right, no, right. So always a good tell, right? If they can't get to the liquidity up here, because you know it's there, right? If they can't get that, right, market's weak. Where do they go for it, right? Remember, right? If they can't get it up here, right, they're going to get it down below. Where do they get it? Got to refuel, right? They got to do it somewhere. Liquidity, right? We got a full tank of gas now. Can we go? Let's go to 2. Oh, that's a clusterfuck right there. I can't say I like that or that I would trade that. I would just go. But if it's me, by the time I got here, I'm already off to the next chart. I'd be like, no, fuck, no. Face, like, oh my God. How can that be that clear and clean? Because you'll find them. Well, it looks like you got an impulse here. So you've got to count here. 1, 2, 3. Ugh, I can't say I like that. You don't have a great choice here. Well, you got a couple scenarios here, right? So it starts to get way out of whack here. It's again back to right look. Well, this is mighty skinny here. Sweep that high for a 5 and then a very shallow 2. I suppose that would be, at least you'd have to explore that. So I'm in log. Let's take it out of log, see if that's any better. Do I need log here? 240. It's double the range. I don't. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very shallow 2. Okay, I'd consider that. So, okay, what else can we do with it? 1, am I going to put a 2 there? I'm not sure. Right, you got to put them somewhere. So let's lay them in there and see where we find. All right, could that be a 1, 2? Very shallow. Market's so strong, right? There's no retrace. That's mighty shallow. Let's get you out of here. Fuck, Bitcoin just did this. What about this, right? Please tell me this is the next thing you do. I'm going to start with the lowest pivot. Do I have to say something? Yeah, have we brought up a chart where we didn't find this? No. Don't even go looking because it'll take you waste so much time because it's always there. Always. Where is he next, right? Well, we know he's here. Where is he here? Oh, a little dicey there. Right, again, just when you spot it, it doesn't mean it can't break, right? One side always has to break, always, right? You go sideways forever, right? So just because when you spot it doesn't mean well, fuck, it can't break. Well, no, that's a wick, right? So that's a little oh shit, right? This is easier when we don't break. Oh, wick break. Oh, what do I do with that? Well, when in doubt, stay out. There's no reason, right? So if you wanted to take that, you're like, oh shit, I think that's going to hold, right? Look, we have a liquidity sweep, probably an order block right in here. We got just what I need, and now I need this. Don't be a hero. Okay. I can take that because I can put a stop right here. Now, sometimes you're going to miss it, right? Because it's going to do something shallow. Like if you're waiting for a 50 here, left without you long ago. But that's what you're after. It's not going to give it to you every time, obviously. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I don't like any of that. But if the Elliott is, unclear, okay, we got other tools. Al being one. Could we put some geometry on that? Well, we'd have a golden corner here, would we not? Did that 80% get hit? Get realized? Obviously it did. We pause, we go up to algo gets paid, right? Twice. You get here and here. Retrace. So this is now really not serving any purpose, right? Because the 80% is already burned. Could there be another one here? This is too skinny, right? You don't want them this shallow like this. Ideally, right? You still might get that. What's the key to it, right? As long as this pivot holds, which is why I wouldn't take that trade. It's you're right there, right? Let's get this. You don't want to dick around for pennies, right? Well, fuck, here, $10, $20, right? It's not going to make a difference in the. You don't get caught up in it. Well, if I had gotten the perfect fit, that's plenty, right? Because where are you trying to make your money? Here, wave 3. If this is going to play as a wave 3, or a retrace here that doesn't sweep the low, right? That holds the low, right? Because there's always, did I say always going to be an effort to sweep that low because what's there? Liquidity. If they can't get it, up we go. What am I doing on time? I think I got every. Oh wait, Andreas. Oh, I love this kid. Okay, so he's back with Bitcoin Satoshi's vision. All right, let's get this, and then I'll wrap it here because there's something going on my website I got to deal with. So all of you are like, God, I'd love to join this program, but the website is down. Love to get into that belt system and learn how to develop this skill, but the website is down. Yeah, it won't be for long. We'll figure that out. It's usually some, I don't know, maybe they got an old credit card or something. Okay, so, Andreas has been all over this. This is his go-to coin. He's got his entire life savings. No, I tease. All right, one thing I do. I guess it helps, right, when you're learning, right? These fucking things drive me crazy. Okay, so we got a candidate here for a truncation in the 5th, right? Very reasonable, right? Okay, it's a little dabby normal, but okay, they happen. Let's see, we got a 4 down here. So we're looking for the 2, right? On the truncation idea that we've gone A, B. I think this was what we looked at last time, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh shit, this is. Okay, I'm gonna pull that out just for a second. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a. Do I have a label for that? Hang on, Andreas, or something. So hang on, I gotta see what you're doing here. Where's your C? I just took this off and it probably was there for me to see it. Let's see where that C is going. Okay, there it is. Okay, that's where that can be helpful. Okay, so we're looking for the C down here. Y. Okay, so we're gonna go. So are we playing a zigzag here? Okay, so Andres, it looks to me here like there's just a labeling issue, right? So I think we can do it this way. So if this is ABC, right? We'd have, so we could, this could be ABC here. I like your thinking here. So A, we can do a 3, 3, 5, right? But see, you have it as 3, 3, 3. So that would make me think, oh, okay, we just have some extra labeling here. X, Y, X, then you're looking for the Z down here. All right, so the only thing, no, we'd have to, oh, fuck me, hang on. We'd have to do it this way. C. All right, so we get the W in here. 3, 3, 3. All right, W, X, Y. 3, X. A. Looks like you might have some triangle or some shit in there. Trying some consolidation, right? Let's call it that. Consolidation. So we're looking for, if I draw it the way we're looking for an A. If this is consolidation, we're looking for that to complete the Z. I know it's hard when it's all this, but you can see here, right? So this is the pull. I think this, this one right here as we are sitting. Oh, he's got them locked. So it looks like that's, well, here we can check it. Yeah, it's that one. Okay, so you see the where we're pausing. It's fucking hard to do when you're. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna go up here and we'll come down and we're pausing here in this golden, right? We're boom, 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 boom. Right, got another one below, right? Because we got 2 pivots here to pull from. So if we break this one, next one here, right? Again, just because they're there doesn't mean they can't break. If we're going down to something like this where we have, oh, I guess some order flow or some bullish order flow here. Look, we'll talk about, holy shit, look at the displacement here. So you know you've got, I'm going to move this a little bit. You got an order block sitting right there. I tighten that up, which would bring you right in line here. 4, 5. W, X, Y, X, A, B, C into the Z. So maybe a little bit lower here and then looking for that launch, right? And again, we don't necessarily want to sit down here. We want to wait. All right, take that one. That's the one we want if the market gives us that opportunity, right? There's no telling, right? We looked at some today that did this. That's my 2. Sorry, you're going to miss that one. Okay, I'll live. Likely at some point there's going to be a retrace that's more traditional, like all of these. Okay, I think I got everybody. All right, I got to go, guys. I got to see what's going on with my website. Something fucked up there. Okay, guys. Can you look at XRP? Yeah, let me here before I go. Who's that? That is Godfather. Oh, that's a good handle. Godfather. Well, let's just do it right here. XRP is we're in crypto hell. Let's go to the tether. All right. Let's go to the daily. I have a pretty big position here, but we're not going to move, and this is all regulatory, right? Until they get this clarified, right? We've got ETFs on hold, legislation's on hold. Everybody's fucking waiting, which is why it's sitting right here, because we all recognize the potential, right? If this is going to be what replaces the SWIFT system, the Swiss monetary transfer system, this is going much higher. But we're just sitting here because we're in regulatory limbo. So, if you're in, I don't want to sell any. You're taking the risk here. Oh, maybe this just, because you've got all of this, right? Obviously, or you've got all of this imbalance here, right? If this starts to come back down, well, there's going to be nothing to hold it. As you can see. Right, we are in log scale. It's good. Sometimes I always encourage you to take it out of log scale every now and then. Do you still see the same thing? Well, I like to pull these. in arithmetic, right? If we go to log, right? Is it dramatically different? Well, yeah, likely will be. Wiki up there. Wicks. Wicks do the damage, right? Bodies tell the story, right? So we go here. Oh, right in the pocket. Now it changes here, right? Of course, you're pulling from a different pivot. But it's you know, you're kind of just here waiting with everybody else if you're long. Do I have an impulse here? Not a great one. What is this? Fuck. WXY. ABC. Impulse? I don't think you'd call that an impulse. Maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4. You probably could get away with it. Let me just do this here because this just makes my brain boil. 1, 2. Well, there's a 5 here. Here, right here, there's a 5. Well, shit, hang on. You might be able to get that. Let's just see here. I'll wrap it up on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not crazy. Shallow 2. Clear 5. Is that what we're doing? What am I on, 1 hour? So if we label this up, is this 1 shallow 2, another 1, 2, right? It's not going to be 3. Oh, just my habit, right? It's always a good idea to get these right. 1, 2. Unusual. WXY. ABC. I don't know that it matters, but I get an impulse coming off off of this low. And we can label it. 1, 2. Something along those lines. Okay, how are we doing on the retrace, right? Well, here's my pivot low. It just looks like we're breaking out. 1, 2, right? We broke out, right? So look, pause, 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 break. Now, so that's still perfectly valid as a 2, but we're losing the big dog. So 1, 2, 1, 2. What's your alternate? Well, first, is there an alternate? Do we do it this way? Or this way? Maybe here. Let's check that as an alternate. $38 for the 4. Boy, it's not pretty, but looks like that might fly. So what's the next thought? If that's a completed impulse, well, again, it's not surprised anyone. 2. I mean, any question about where there's liquidity? All right, with volume profiles, you're going to make that obvious. Waiting down here. Let's do a quick measure here. Right? It takes just seconds. Second most common. It's not a great looking impulse, right? But it looks like you might be able to do it, right? That's the 3, 4, 5. Well, that's good news, right? If you're bullish here, right? If indeed we're going to hold this low as the key pivot, 1, 2, right? So if it comes down, don't panic. I'll get nervous if we break here. I think my average is about $1.60. All right, so if we break this, right, I'll be starting to go underwater. 1, 2. There's nothing to do there now. I don't see Al. Was Al here? He might be here. Wiki, right? It's just kind of a judgment call. I don't think it's ripe for a trade. You're right. Well, you got this low volume node here. I'd probably pull this. Is that an alert? I'd put an alert right here. What the fuck is that? Why do I have this big? The fuck? I don't know what that big white line was. What is that? Oh, is that his POC? Let me get this off. What is that? Why do I have that? I don't know why I have that. Well, let's do it this way. I'd do it both ways. I like to draw them as well as do that. Okay, so now here where we are. All right, well, here's all the, that's from high to the current price action. Well, here's 70% of the, shouldn't be surprising, right? We can't get out of our own way. But if we come down here and sweep this lower value area, well, you might be looking for something that would play out. Come down here, sweep these lows here, pop. Well, we're up. Then I'm going to have a good year. 1, 2. That's the way I would look at it. Right? I don't think you have any reason to do anything right now. I say that right now, snapshot in time. Right? Don't. Right now, that looks like your best bet here. Something like this has gone in. I'm going to break for that too. Now, if you get here, what's the next thing, right? It should be without hesitation. Oh, fuck, I know what's going to, I know exactly what to do. Because then I get my 80% odds. Right? Could be here, could be here, could be here. You don't know when, right? But as long as this pivot holds, 80%. Okay, guys, there we go. All right, hopefully my website doesn't, I don't know what the hell's going on. But there we go, guys. Thank you so much. To any of you guys that hang out here, I always appreciate that. It's nice to have an audience, right, if you're going to teach. And I know most people look at it after the fact, right? It's like, because we track the numbers. Always a lot more views after the fact. One of my guys, I think he's traveling right now. He usually does the time codes for me. I don't know where he is. I think he's traveling. Okay, well, we'll get him up there sooner, so you don't have to sit through all this rambling. Although, at the end of the day, right, it's often just the rambling where you learn something, right? It's not the particular asset, right? It's the applying this methodology. That's the whole point of these, right? Kind of demonstrate it to you. That's what you learn in the belt system. That's what you'll learn if you come into our Discord. You can join the Discord for free. I always remind you. But apparently, you can't do it from our website today. All right, I'm going to get that sorted out. I wish you guys a good afternoon. Happy trading.